Hello everyone. On this video, we are going over unit rate and unit price. They're actually the same thing. They're both unit rates, but typically when it involves money, we call it a unit price instead of a unit rate. The words don't really matter. The process is the same. This video is going to be slightly different in that I'm actually going to look at the problems with you. I'm going to do part of the problem on some of them, and then I'm going to let you finish. So some of the videos are just a review of how to do things, but on some of them, I'm going to actually go in and get you started on the problems. The notebook pages for this lesson should be listed above this video. They are pages 42 and 43, so 42, 43, 44, 45. You can see on these pages that when we did this the first time, we used proportions. So we set up two ratios, cross-multiplied, and divided. But as we got to the end, especially here where we were considering which things were the better buy, we started using a shortcut. So in this video, I am going to be using the shortcut with you. On our Canvas quiz, I have it pulled up here. Let me just close these out really quick. Our first problem is a two-part problem. It gives us a bunch of students and then tells us how much time they spent on a number of assignments. There are two questions in this one. It wants to know which of these four spent 35 minutes per assignment, and then which one spends the least amount of time on each assignment. On this particular quiz, it's probably a really good idea for you to use a piece of scratch paper or your whiteboard to keep track of all of the different things that you're comparing, because like in this problem, you're comparing Sabas to Anna to Rohan and then Entisar. This one wants us to look at the minutes per assignment. So the prompt normally tells us what we are looking for. In this case, if I quickly flip back to our unit rate, right here I have highlighted minutes per assignment, and then here each assignment means the same thing. So that means when I write these out, I am going to write down the minutes first and then the number of assignments. So Sebastian spent 130 minutes. That was on 6 assignments. Nope, sorry, that was on 4 assignments. We are going to take 130 and divide it by 4. So literally in my calculator, I am just going to do 130 divided by 4. That gives me 32.5. This means that Sebastian took 32 minutes for each assignment. So on this question, where it says who spent 35 minutes per assignment and you drop down, well, it's definitely not Sebastian because he only spent 32.5 minutes. So for the rest of these people, you will take the number of minutes and the assignment, and then you will use the numbers that you get in order to solve this problem. So in this case, I'm just going to flip this over really quick. For Anna, you would be doing 220 and 7. For Rohan, it's 210 and 6. For Entisar, it is 309. You get each of these numbers and compare them, and then you use those numbers to solve that problem. So this is the shortcut. We're taking the prompt and we're writing our numbers in the order that it gives it to us instead of doing the proportion. Now, if you liked to do the proportion, you are totally fine to do the proportion. For Sebastian, what that would have looked like is he can do 4 assignments in 130 minutes. So how long will it take him to do 1 assignment? And you solve for x. So you would do 130 times 1 divided by 4. I know I'm going very fast in this video. I'm doing that intentionally because I am trying to keep these videos as short as possible. So if you need to slow down the rate at which I'm speaking or rewind so that I'm not going so fast and easier to follow for you, please do that. Number 2, Miss Bohr wants to buy a classroom set of headphones. This is actually true. I just did a donor's choose to get you guys nicer headphones, a class set of headphones. Usually when you're buying them, they sell them in like packs of 5 or 10 or 20 or 40. So here are 3 different options. We want to order these sets from the least expensive to the most expensive. So this is a unit price problem, and anytime we have a unit price problem, we are looking at the amount of money per item, money per item. So in this first one, what we would be writing down is that we spent $30.15 per 5 items. And just like on the last problem, you're just going to take $30.15 and you are going to divide it by 5. So if I take $30.15 and I divide it by 5, I get $6.03. This is $6.03. So now I do the same for the one that was 10 items and 20 items. You will then list these out. I think this was option A. Is that true? Yes. This is A. You'll do the same for B and C, and then you will order them out on this problem. So if you think A is the cheapest, you will type in A here and then list them from there. Question 3 says 3 friends are going to go to an escape room. They need to drive there, so their distance and speed are given below. Find each friend's miles per minute. You do not need to enter in the minutes, so I will do David's miles per minute with you. Remember, this is miles per minute. So David did 33 miles in 15 minutes. Once again, we divide. 33 divided by 15 is 2.2. I know what order to write them in because the prompt will tell me. So here on this particular problem, it says miles per minute. So I write it in that order. The number of miles, 33, divided by the minutes. Miles, minute. So in David's, I fill in a 2.2. And then I find Darren's and Dominic's. Question 4, I'm going to try to fix this table so it looks better for you guys. But the question is, during which trial did Eddie have the highest unit rate? So we are going to go, because it doesn't give us any guidance, we are going to divide this in the order that they give it to us. So for this problem where Eddie is training for an archery competition, that means he's going to shoot arrows. He goes through a little like obstacle course, and while he's completing the obstacle course, he has to shoot his arrows at targets, and so he's running the obstacle course and then recording how many shots he makes on target. So this one is slightly harder because you have mixed numbers, but if you've done the decimal review, hopefully you remember how to enter this into your calculator. So for trial 1, I'll switch over to my scratch paper in just a second. For trial 1, remember, we're going to go in the order that they gave it to us. So this is 18 shots and then 5 3/4 minutes. So if I switch to my paper that I'm keeping track of, this is trial 1, 2, 3, 4. Once again, I divide. I want to know how many shots am I making per minute. So I'm going to take 18 divided by, I am going to hit my mixed number button and type in 5, 3, 4. Remember, I'm using my arrows to move around in here. And I get 3 and 3/23. I'm going to have to compare these though, so I'm going to change this to a decimal by hitting my convert button. And on my convert button, it'll change it. I'm just going to write this down so it looks like money, and I'm not even going to worry about rounding. So I'm going to write this as 313. 313. And then I'm going to do trial 2, 3 and 4. The question wants to know at which one did he have the highest unit rate, so you're looking for the biggest number. So you just compare those numbers like they're money. Even though it's the targets he makes in a minute, He makes 3.13 shots on target in a minute. Just think about it like it's money and use the idea of money to decide which one has the highest shots per minute. And then our last one, once again, gives us the order that we can go in. So I'm actually not going to do this one for you because it is straightforward and it's like the other ones you've done. You're going to take Bobby's amount that he makes, you're going to divide it by the number of hours that he works, and what you are trying to figure out here is who are the people that make the same amount per hour. So that is it on this one. I know that I went through this very fast. But like I said, I'm doing that, one, so that these videos are not torturous, and two, so I know that you can slow them down and rewind and all the things that you need. That's all. Remember to hang up your star when you get this quiz done. You are shooting for a 3.5 or higher.